Yo, and welcome back, and you are here because you forgot your Japanese and need to relearn it again, and this is why you're here. So I have not that much time to make this video today, so we're gonna try and get this as quick as possible. This is a relearn Japanese course anyway. It should be a quick crash course for you guys, and we'll have the quick quiz probably later this week rather than the same day, as I'm just so busy with the gaming channel making content for that as of right now. So let's go ahead and get started with similarity and hearsay. So these are these kind of particles you may have heard before, like yo, mitai, so, soda, rashi, poi. And they all basically mean the same thing in English, but in Japanese, they are different and they all serve different functions. So rather than trying to translate these words into English words, treat them as longer phrases with more context, and it'll help you understand it better. So for example, we have yo. So this word actually comes from the word sama or yo, right? Which can mean form or appearance or manner. So this word we can kind of say, instead of it seems like, it's more like it appears as though, or it appears to be, or it has taken the form of something something. Also transfers over to that kanji, that grammar where it says nani nani yo ni narimasu or something. So become the form of something. Do something so that it becomes the form or the appearance or something or the manner of this. That's where this actually comes from. So for example, we have ここには誰もいないようだな. It looks like, or it appears to be, or it is the form of, or it looks like the appearance of that no one is here. 彼は走ったところようだ. It looks like, it appears like, it seems like he is acting in a manner such that he has just finished running. See, instead of just trying to translate this into looks like or seems, translate it into like an entire whole context and understand the function of this grammar rather than just trying to do one-to-one. That's not how Japanese works. So for next one, we have using yo in another way. So あの人を見たような気がした. I feel like I have seen that person. That person appears to be someone I may have seen before. That person has taken on or is acting in a manner that I have seen before, or I felt like I have seen, or I am acting in a manner, or I am now in the state of appearing as though I have seen this person. So the more context you give to this grammar, the more sense it will make, or the more confusing it can be. So try and keep it simple for you. このバーは大正時代のような雰囲気ですね. This bar has a very Taisho era-ish vibe, doesn't it? So it looks like this entire thing, ような, this entire phrase, このバーは大正時代の, this entire phrase is taken on the form, right? It appears to have this entire form right here. So if I were to just replace this yo with the kanji, it would make more sense that way. So next one is mitai. So not to be confused with the word mitai, like I want to see. You can attach this mitai to nouns, verbs, and adjectives and everything. So for example, かわいいこれ、クマさんみたい. This looks so cute. It looks like a bear. It looks like a bear. So literally just attach it to the end of something and it just looks like something, right? It has a similarity to it. 制服を着ると学生みたい. When you wear a uniform, you look like a student. Very straightforward, guys. Super easy. You don't have to think about this too hard. このお好み焼きはピザみたいんじゃない? Doesn't this okonomiyaki look like pizza? Notice that the conjugation here is not mitakunai, it's mitai janai. So it basically it's like its own little noun kind of thing. It follows the same rules as a noun. So you don't have to conjugate it to mitakunai, even though it looks like an e adjective, it is not. Even it looks like a I want to verb like mitai or mitakunai. It's not that one. It is its own kind of verb thing, which is why we're not using a kanji or using it at the end of another verb by putting it to te form. U verbs, how you conjugate u verbs here. Oh, sorry. Wrong one. Okay, so next one is guessing an outcome with so. So usually this is used when you're like predicting the weather or you're talking about food, you think it's gonna be delicious. You indicate how likely an outcome is given a situation. I know it sounds kind of sciencey, but you're basically taking a guess about something. So if something looks delicious, it looks good. Do you know it looks good? I don't think you know it looks good, but it's probably very likely that it is good based on your senses. So that's where this kind of comes from. So あのおばあさんの調子が悪すぎて倒れそうだ. Right? So you put the verb into the stem form here and you add そうだ or そうです. That old lady doesn't look too good. She'll likely fall over at any moment. U verbs. この辺りにありそうだけどな. It seems likely that it would be around here, but how about we do the e adjectives? So うわ、おいしそう. You get rid of the last e, take that away, and turn that into so. So easy. Wow, looks delicious. 美味しそうだ. So soul would turn this into a noun technically. So you can use noun conjugation. So you can put da or 美味しそうじゃないとか, right? Negatives, you just add the sa to the nai. So you go, Yuki-san wa konasaそうです. Okay? 来なさそうです. So 来ないじゃなくて来なさそうです. Okay? 来なさそうです. 行かなさそうです. Okay? Basically that. For nouns, like actual nouns, you wouldn't say like so this. You would say でしょ. So like 学生でしょ. Right? Not 学生そうです. Right? You say 学生でしょ. Right? That was some weird ass intonation, but it doesn't matter. I'm not Dogen, bro. So this last one here is soda. So this is how you express hearsay that somebody probably told you. Hoden, so it's all coming around and people are telling you, right? Hoden so, which means comes around. What goes around comes around in terms of rumors and stuff like that. And soda, okay? This is useful grammar for talking about things you heard that doesn't necessarily have to do with how you feel or think about, have an opinion on it. It's just information that you're passing on. So I hear that it's going to rain. Tomorrow. 明日雨が降るそうだ. Okay? Now look at the difference between 降るそうだ and 降りそうだ. So it'll be 明日雨が降りそうだ. It seems likely that it's going to rain by the looks of it. I'm making a judgment right now. I'm making a guess on an outcome by looking at the clouds and saying, oh, it's going to rain. 降りそうだ. But if I heard it from someone, oh, it's going to rain. Oh, 雨が降るそうだ. Right? 降るほうれんそうだ. 降るほうれんそうだ. So I heard it through ほうれんそう. I heard it through ほうれん. So what goes around comes around. That it's going to rain. That might be a good mnemonic for you guys to remember that. For nouns and adjectives, you just add da before it. So 彼はサラリーマンだそうだ. Okay? I hear that he's a salary man now. I heard it from somebody. If you start a sentence with this grammar, you have to add da. So for example, 今日Nakata さんは来ないの? Is Nakata not coming today? だそうだな. So I heard. Okay, I'm not making a likely outcome guess. I'm hearing it from ほうれんそうだ. Okay? Now, this one's pretty difficult. It was just Reshi. So used to express hearsay or behavior. So this to show that things appear to be a certain way due to what I've heard. So the difference here is that it's not about something you heard specifically from ほうれんそうだ. This means that things look to be a certain way based on what you heard. Okay? So, for example, 今日田中さんは来ないの? 来ないらしい. Okay? Is Tanaka-san not coming today? Seems like it based on what I heard. Okay? I'm making a judgment and I'm making a judgment on situation based on what I heard. あの人は何なの? Who is that person over there? まゆみの友達らしいだな. It seems that it's Mayumi's friend based on what I heard from before. Somebody told me that Mayumi's friend is going to be coming, so maybe this is probably her. This is probably her. I heard from someone else. It's probably her. So you could also use this to indicate that person seems to be a certain thing due to behavior. For example, Sayaka wa kodomo rashiku nai ne. Sayaka isn't very childlike, is she? Right? Kodomo rashi. She doesn't have that appearance of being a child, so rashiku nai, because rashi is basically an e-adjective. Otono rashiku shite kudasai. This is when you're turning it into an adverb, right? So we have otona rashiku, right? Shite kudasai. Please act like an adult, or so it seems that like you are an adult. Okay? And you're just using rashi as a regular e-verb. Now, this very last one here is poi. So with the small tsu, so yatta poi, right? So very casual way to express resemblance. Okay? So for example, お前は日本人っぽいですね. You are very Japanese-like, aren't you? Or you seem to be very Japanese-like based on your behavior, based on whatever you're doing. You'll get told this a lot in Japan. 日本っぽくなったね. You became very Japanese-like, eh? So maybe if you live in Japan for a long time, you start to become like a very, you start to pick up some of their habits and something like that. People might call you 日本人っぽくなったね or 日本人っぽいですね, right? Last one here is 全部食べてしまったっぽいよ. It appears that they ate everything, which the people are not specified in this sentence because you don't need to do that in Japanese. So I know this was very difficult for you guys, probably, but bear with me, okay? It's been a busy week. Maybe we'll do a review of this next week when we go to the next things later. Or, of course, with a quick quiz on Patreon for $1 a month, you can review it there. So that might be something of interest to you. And, of course, you can watch this video over and over and over. It doesn't really matter. I'll be on the other side of this YouTube site on my gaming channel, which I'll have in the pinned comment down below, to see all the other content I've been making, as well as skits. Of course, I'll be posting sometimes on here, and of course, always on social media. But anyway, guys, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.